welcome back to my channel. My name is Pulkit. Now, if you know me, you know that I love me some melancholy. So you tell me there's a sad literature, sad story, sad poem, sad song, and I would run, not walk, run to consume that piece of art. And I'm not glorifying sadness by any means. I'm merely stating the fact that that is the kind of art that I gravitate towards. It helps me deal with my emotions in a better way. It helps me appreciate the world. It helps me understand that the pain or the feeling that I am going through, there are other people in the world who are going through the same, and it sort of gives me strength to deal with my situations. And therefore, I love such form of art way more than I would love any other genre of art. And so when we talk about the pinnacle of sad books, A Little Life needs no introduction. I've seen tremendous people talk about it. I've seen Jack talk about it. I've seen Hannah talk about it. I've seen Ashish talk about it. I've seen Mandir talk about it. And these are my favorite people on the internet. And if they love something so ardently, it is my solemn duty to devour this piece of art. I think it is a well promulgated fact that A Little Life is like a high octane ride. You will feel plethora of emotions while you read this book. And I think I am ready for that, way more than ready for it. I don't know much about this book. All I know is that it's about four friends. So let's find out what this book is all about. When four classmates from a small Massachusetts village moved to New York to make their way, they broke, adrift, and buoyed only by their friendship and ambition. There is kind, handsome Willem, an aspiring actor. JB, a quick-witted, sometimes cruel painter, emphasis in the word cruel painter pursuing fame in the art world. Malcolm, a frustrated architect at a prominent firm, and withdrawn, brilliant, enigmatic Jude, who serves as their center of gravity. Okay, so it seems like Jude is going to be like a common spectrum in this novel. Over the decades, their friendships deepen and darken, tinged by addiction, success, and pride. Yet their greatest strength each comes to realize is Jude himself. By midlife, a terrifyingly talented lawyer, yet an increasingly broken man, his mind and body scarred by an unspeakable childhood and haunted by a degree of trauma that he fears he will not only be unable to overcome, but that will define his life forever. Damn, OMG. You know what? Without wasting any time, let's get started. I've read till about 50 pages, and from what I know, this is a poignant tale of four friends, and Jude, Willem, Malcolm, and JB. And from what I have read till now, it's as if there's something discreet about Jude, something clandestine about Jude. Everyone else is so much considerate towards him. I love how beautifully they display their friendship, and there's something about Jude. And I love how Willem, is different around Jude and a little different around everybody else. So he's, a little more protective towards Jude. Although these four are best friends, it shows that there's something different about Jude and Willem. Bond with each other is way much more stronger than the bond that they share with JB and Malcolm, which I feel a little bad for JB and Malcolm because of that, but I also feel amazing that, Jude and Willem share such a beautiful friendship. I'm officially hooked. Let's see how it goes. Also, I love how sometimes, all his friends get angry with Jude because Jude decides not to share anything with them. So Jude is a very elaborate person. He will feel way too much. He will think way too much. But he would not, state what he feels. He would not elaborate what he feels to his friends. And sometimes that bothers all of them. And it's, I'm really looking forward to see what happens. Will Jude be able to open up to his best friends? Will we know what's wrong with Jude? I'm sure we will for sure know, that what is wrong with Jude. Why is Jude a certain way? Because I'm dying to find out why Jude is this particular way. And I am certain that the reason why Jude is this particular way will break my heart into pieces, but I guess I'm looking forward to that. Almost done with 150 pages, and I'll tell you one thing, I relate with Jude at a lot of levels. I love how Jude is so hopeful but yet terrified, and I think that is an attribute that I believe I also possess. And I love how beautifully it has been described in terms of passages. It's very character centric. There's of course a significant plot going on, but there's a beautiful character driven story and narrative that we're witnessing here. Apart from that, I love how Jude's, bond with Harold is. Harold is a beautiful character. So I've read over 200 pages, and as I said, this book is very much character driven. I love the friendship between Jude and Willem. I believe I sensed it from the very beginning that the friendship between Jude and Willem was going to be something different, and it is entirely different. I love how they're so much vocal about how they feel about each other. Also, I love how Willem will go to any extremes to defend Jude. I mean, he literally will stop talking to anyone else if they hurt Jude. I feel so sad about Jude. Jude does not believe that happiness is meant for him. And I relate to Jude because I have been at that stage in my life where I believe melancholy was my only assistance. Care less about the thing that is causing happiness, but you worry more about what's gonna happen when you lose it. And I completely understand why Jude feels a certain way, and I cannot comprehend how beautifully that has been articulated through the passages. So brilliant writing, brilliant writing. A friend like Willem is a blessing, and everyone deserves a friend like Willem in their life. Okay, so it's officially raining. It means the sky is sobbing, and it is a perfect weather to read a book which is going to make me sob. So I'm gonna continue reading A Little Life. For as long as I have been talking about A Little Life, I have always reinstated my admiration, my ardent admiration for the friendship portrayed between William and Jude. And some passages, it just look like they're sort of taking my heart away and serving it on the platter to suffer. It's actually about Jude and Willem visualizing growing old together, and whenever Willem visualizes his future when he's getting old, Jude is always there, always there. And although Jude does not want that Willem's personal life should suffer because of him, he's relieved to know that Jude has thought about him while they grow old. And that sort of pure friendship, it just brings of course it brings a joy to my heart, but then it also makes me ache because it makes me realize that it is something that something so pure is rare to find in real life. As of now, I'm really enjoying the beautiful, subtle friendship between Jude and Malcolm. There are times when he's calling him Malcolm, and there are times when he's calling him Mal. When Jude calls him Mal, it's majorly when Malcolm is, more concerned with Jude, and he gives some tips or he advises Jude to do things a certain way. And when Jude does not want to listen to him, he calls him Mal. Others, he calls him Malcolm. I think this is just a very minute analysis. Since they're four friends, I would love to see and know how Jude's relationship is with other people as well. I know it's great with Malcolm. I know it's great with Willem, but I would really want to know the description of Jude's friendship with Malcolm and JB as well. Also, for right now, it looks like JB is not very much around. And I kind of miss JB, and I would want to know what's happening to him as well. Okay, it's 2 a.m. right now, and I am starting the fourth part of the story, which is the axiom of equality. Hey guys, so I'm at page 322 right now, and Jude is with Caleb as of now. And here I want to talk about a few things. See, when we've seen so many things in life, no, when we have gone through so much in life, we tend to accept the bare minimum, and we tend to believe that the bare minimum that people offer is normalcy. So, for example, when people give the fragment of their love to us, we feel like that's the maximum that we can get. We feel like that's the maximum that we deserve. And I think that is happening with Jude right now. As a reader, I know Jude deserves way more. But as Jude, I completely understand why Jude feels like he does not deserve more. Why Jude feels like he should be grateful for when somebody is giving them an ounce, a mere ounce of their time, a mere fragment of their love. And that is what makes this book a wonderful read, because I relate to it. I relate to every word Jude says. I relate to every feeling Jude feels. I relate to everything that Jude wants to say but cannot. And I cannot wait to complete this book. At the same time, I don't want this book to be over, if that makes sense. I think I'm halfway done. As I said, I'm at page 322 right now. And this book is about 700 pages. And I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that they've grown up. All the 4 friends have grown up. And they're not as close as they were once. And it makes sense. Life happens. But still, compared to the conventional discourse of friendship that we often witness in real life, their friendship is very poignant. Their friendship is very strong. But, they're not as close as they were initially. But yeah, let's see what's happened. I mean, we're still halfway to go. So I think I'm not gonna get any sleep tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna read the 5th part, which says the happy years, and I really hope that these are happy years, because Jude has suffered way too much. Let's just hope that the years indeed are happy years, because they do deserve some happiness now. So while reading this, I was always thinking, why is Jude like this? I think everyone who's read A Little Life or will read A Little Life will always question them, why is Jude this way? Why does Jude indulge in all of these things? And now, after about 400 pages, everything makes sense. Everything starts to really open up as to why Jude is the way he is, why Jude does what he does. And I think it is very traumatic, but I think the writing is visceral. The book will entangle itself onto your heart. You can never get A Little Life out of you. You can never get Jude out of you because of the poignant writing. It feels as if this is happening here. It feels as if Jude is your friend. It feels as if Jude is your best friend who's undergoing through all of that, and you would want to help him. And in fact, sometimes I felt like I related to a lot of things Jude said or Jude does, and I understand why Jude feels a certain way. I understand why Jude does not seek help. I understand why Jude wants to tell somebody, but then at the same time does not want to tell anybody. Even though we've got 4 friends here, the friendship between Jude and William is unparalleled. And William loves everyone else. He loves JB, he loves Malcolm, but he does not love anyone as he loves Jude. And I think that is reciprocated by Jude as well. However, to that, JB feels bad about it. And I think it is something which is so interesting. It is something which is so relatable, because often, in real life as well, when there's a group of 3 or 4 friends, there are 2 people who are usually way closer to each other. A lot of times it bothers other people. They may not say something about it, but it bothers some of them. I felt that way. I felt like a third wheel in that group of friends, like a lot of times. And so I completely understand how JB feels. I love William and Jude together. I love their friendship. I am actually envious of the cathartic friendship that they have. But I also feel bad for JB, because I know how JB feels, because I felt that way as well. So I think I have felt how Jude has felt sometimes in my life. I have felt how William is feeling and has felt sometimes in his life. And I felt how JB is feeling as of now, when JB is feeling like a third wheel, when JB asks Willem, why did you not care for me like you care for Jude? And and Willem has no answer to that. So Willem says that because you never needed me like Jude did, but that's not an appropriate reason. Willem knows that, JB knows that, and JB is heartbroken, but he cannot do anything about it. And I just love how the author has taken all these elements and weaved a poignant story, weaved a story that will hit your heart and make you remember so many things.
You said I could be anything. I said I would be someone who's with you. Said I could call you anytime, but anytime means when it suits you. I don't wanna waste your time, and I don't want you wasting mine. You are someone to meditate on.
So I have a lot to say. I have a lot on my mind, but I can't actually say that. I think I'm having trouble putting things to words. So I'm gonna take some time, put my thoughts into words, and maybe then get back to you. Hey guys, I've completed till page 500, and I can vouch for the fact that this book will make you feel way too much. So on the feeling pedestal, this book will hit all the extremes. You will feel things like a vampire. You will not be happy, you will be ecstatic. You will not be sad, you will be devastated for the characters. And I'm loving everyone, because as I said, I was pretty biased towards Willem. I still am pretty biased towards Willem. I am happy that they're actually together now, all of the four friends, because it sort of happened because they were growing up, they sort of drifted apart, but now they're actually together, they're meeting again. So far we have it's good. It's good. It has been traumatizing, but I think this book will give you some things to be happy and then traumatize you to the core. So you'll have happy tears, you'll have sad tears. I am, as of now, feeling a little bad for JB as well. I love JB's punches. JB gives the best punches. Love how he say things, love how he communicate things. I absolutely admire how Jude is described as traumatized, and that he's undergone such trauma, and he's way too complicated with his friends. But I love how badass is he when it comes to work. It's so interesting to read that dynamic as to how a person can be so amazing at work and can indulge in their work fruitfully, and then at the same time could be shattered and broken and traumatized from inside. This is the face of someone who spent his entire day in bed, read A Little Life, had way too much noodles and tea. And am I complaining? Not at all. I think I've had a great day. So it's a weekend. I get today off. I get tomorrow off. My day was amazing today. I read it whole day. Now I'm going to go have some dinner and I'm going to continue my reading. Good morning, everybody. I had a great reading session last night and I'm going to tell you all about it. But before that, I want to show you something. Okay. And here you go. Do you see this? And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be my reading corner. So I cannot wait to sit here all day get natural light and read.
You said I could be anything. I said I would be someone who's with you. Said I could call you anytime. But anytime means when it suits you. I don't wanna waste your time. And I don't want you wasting mine. You are someone to meditate on.
It's like you're seeing somebody in front of you who you love, and you want to take care of them, and you want to ensure they get better, and you do things from your end that you can, but some things are inevitable, and that person cannot get better. That person is not getting better, irrespective of how much you're trying, irrespective of how much everyone is trying, irrespective of the prayer that you're making. That person is not getting better, and sometimes losing the person feels inevitable, and you can sense it. You don't want to believe it, but you sense it, and there's nothing you can do. And I think that is what's happening here, the last few pages. And I don't know, I really don't know how am I think I'll get I will. I think I don't have the energy to continue with it right now. So I'll see. I'll give myself some break, and then maybe I'll continue with it. Hey guys, so I actually read A Little Life. I completed it 4-5 days back, but I needed to collect my fragments so I could talk about it. Now, even though a tragic ending was inevitable, what happened towards the last 100 pages destroyed me to my very core. See, while reading the novel towards the first 500-600 pages, there have been instances wherein I shed some happy tears, I shed some sad tears. But the last 100 pages destroyed me in a way I went totally and completely numb. It was simply heart-wrenching. It was simply unexpected. What happened was so unexpected. And I will not, of course, say that because I don't want to give you all a spoiler. But if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. It was unexpected, and after that I've been numb and I've been unable to focus on anything. In fact, I was so excruciated while reading the last 100 pages. I simply could not understand what happened. I was exhausted. I think this entire book is very excruciating because of the tragedy it pertains. But the last 100 pages, they broke me. They broke me. The writing is immaculate. The characters are brilliantly written. They're so well crafted. They're the tale of their passion, their hope, the tragedy, their fears. It's written in a way. It's intricately woven. And after I read this book, I actually hugged this book while I slept. This book was my companion that night after I was done with it. The reason why I read this book was I wanted to release some of my emotions. I wanted this book to be a catalyst in the release of things that I was feeling, things that were bothering me. And I think this book understood the assignment. This book did that. So in a way, even though the book was tragic, it assisted me. It played a catalyst in releasing my emotions. And after I read this book, it was as if the monsters inside me were, gone. Not entirely, but at least some of it. And so in a way, it felt liberating. See, this book is long, but even after the exaggerated page count, not for once did I feel that, the words were too much. In fact, I wished that, maybe if pages were a little longer, maybe if the word count was a little longer, something better could happen. Something better would happen to Jude, to Willem, to Malcolm, and to all of these friends. But I don't know. You will never get this book out of you, that's for sure. A Little Life will never leave you. You will, out of the blue, you will sip your tea, you will sip your coffee, and all of a sudden you'll be reminded of Jude, you'll be reminded of Willem, you'll be reminded of Harold, you'll be reminded of Andy. And this is a wonderful work of literature, one of the best works I've ever written. And yes, if you want to read it, please ensure that you are at a better place. Please ensure that you read trigger warnings. And yeah, that was all I wanted to say about it. If you would want me to create more reading vlogs, let me know in the comment section. I've actually enjoyed making this reading vlog. If you've enjoyed watching this book destroying me in front of the camera, please go ahead and share this video with your friends, like this video, comment, and all of that stuff. And I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye, take care, happy reading.